Namaskara. Good morning to the Guruji Srinivas sir and all the participants who have joined for the fifth day's session on Sukshma Vyayama Yoga. As the name itself says, Sukshma Vyayama Yoga is teaching us in very simple steps, and we have been doing that from past 4 days. Maybe in the past 4 days, he has covered from 82 trunk or waist. He has come now. Today, we may have to know the exercises for the legs. In this process, we would have learned almost 30 to 40 different types of exercises. And today we'll be completing from head to toe. And on the request of most of the members, we have requested Guruji to be with us for tomorrow also. So I would like to inform all of you. Tomorrow also we have a session from 7:15 to 8:15. Maybe tomorrow it may be a little bit extended, 8:30. We request sir to even show one or two like other asanas and mainly Surya Namaskar. So today we request, tomorrow we request you to show that Surya Namaskar to all of us. So once again, welcoming each and every one of you. I'm handing over the proceedings to Mr. Srinivas. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. I thank the organizers initially for creating this wonderful pitch between the desiring and deserving students of yoga and us. So thanks once again to you all. And I also thank and invite all the aspirants who want to learn this yoga. A very warm welcome to all of you. Suprabhat, Hari Om. And now let's start. Okay, we start with the prayer. First, Vishuddhi Chakra, Vikasaka. We cleanse the throat. Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritam gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Lead us from the unreal to real. Lead us from darkness to light. Lead us from death to immortality. We offer our sincere and humble prayers to the Almighty to bless us with good health, prosperity, and peace in life. We thank Him for giving us the reasons to learn this Sanjeevani Sukshma Vyayam Saral Yoga, and also giving us the willpower to attend to it and be at it and make it a part of our lifestyle. Our humble salutations to the entire Guru Parampara, and we seek their blessings to get this exercise perfectly well and derive the maximum benefits from this exercise. Now, after having said this prayer, we will give one general instruction to the entire, to the mind, that now henceforth for the next about 45 minutes to 1 hour, I'm going to do several exercises, and I pay gratitude to the entire body and mind. I am visualizing that each and every part is getting rejuvenated, strengthened, and more vibrant than before. And I'm also going to connect my breath to that portion of the body. Now, this is one general statement you have made, which we will be doing independently for each and every part of the body. Now, please understand, this is the secret or the crux of this Sukshma Vyayam Yoga, which the rishis have designed. As I gave you the example of the self-talk, visualization, all this is happening only by that particular factor, where you are connecting your body and mind. Now, as you have seen in advertisements, let's say you have seen a toothpaste advertisement. There they show, as the enamel which is loose over the tooth, it suddenly tightens up on the tooth. And then if there is any bacteria with this particular brushing, it is cleansed. So in that way, all that portion of the body, especially where you have trouble, you have to ensure that, okay, now it is weak and now it is not performing to its maximum. There you are coming with that strengthening aspect. This is very important. This mental exercise is extremely important. And you must have also seen in an hair oil ad where they show you the root of the hair and the hair also initially. And then when this oil goes there, it goes into the root, and finally you get a nice shiny hair out of that particular root. That way you visualize. Now, this is all about that visualization. As far as to enhance your confidence, I have told you so many things, and I'm sure you trust me. But to give your brain and mind also some more conviction about what we are talking, we are going to make some short 2-minute video from all my students over here in Mumbai, and they're going to address what specific part or problem they had with their body and how they were able to overcome that particular point. So it starts with somebody had a brain tumor who was diagnosed and was suggested a surgery. Now 2 years, there's no pain and no symptoms, so there is no surgery. Now then, people who had migraine, people who had vertigo, who had thyroid, who had fibroid, and who had problems with respect to backache. Likewise, we are making separate about a dozen videos so that the organizers will present it to you. So that will enhance your confidence. And now how this has happened? Only because of that mind and body connect. Otherwise, we do so many forms of exercises. But the secret, again, I'm repeating, you have to connect your mind to that portion of the body. Now, I'll tell you the story which I wanted to mention yesterday, how the power of visualization has an impact in your life, because it is all about the mind. As I said, as Lord Krishna said, Uddhared Atmanam Atmanam, you can lift yourself by your own self. So this is about a story which goes back in the 1980s. There was one Jewish Russian who was arrested by Russia, thinking that he's an American spy, and he was put in the jail of Siberia. Now, Siberia, is one of the coldest countries, and nobody wants to go there. The deadliest prisons are in Siberia. And you know how much was the size of the cell where he was put? In a dark cell. It was 3 feet by 4 feet, which means you cannot sleep also comfortably, stretching your full body. And it was a height of only 5 feet. Now, this person was in this cell for about 6 months. And he had to fight against gravity because he's not able to sleep properly, he's not able to stand properly. And thereafter, he was shifted to another cell, which was like a common, normal, typical prison. In this prison, he was there for about 12 years. Now see, in this time, what this person did was, his name is Natan Sharansky. He did not give up. He made his mind strong. He said, I know I have not done anything wrong, nor am I an American spy. So he said, now how to keep my mind engaged? He was good at chess. From childhood, he was, as a hobby, was playing chess with his family in school and things like that. So he said, now let me play chess. Now with whom is going to play chess? Where there is a chessboard, Nowhere. So he, in the mind, with the power of visualization and a self-talk, he said, I'll play chess with somebody. Now, with whom should I play chess? In my mind also. So he said, why not play with the world's number one, Garry Kasparov, during that time? And he decides in his mind, there are 8 into 8, 64 squares. He visualizes that Garry Kasparov is sitting in front of him and he's the opponent to him. And he starts making the moves from his side and from Garry Kasparov's side. Likewise, for 12 years, he was playing chess, visually, mentally thinking that he's playing with Garry Kasparov. Now, when Bill Clinton came in, he pleaded for mercy, and finally the issue was resolved and he was released. After he was released, he went to Israel and he became one of the ministers over there, a very influential and a very talented person, of course. And he was leading his life in Israel. Now, one day, there was a tournament where Garry Kasparov had visited Israel, and he was playing with the grandmasters. Grandmasters are the international players who are at the top level in the world rank. Now, the knack of Garry Kasparov is he plays with all the 5 grandmasters at one go. Like 5 people are playing against Garry Kasparov. So he's making the moves on 5 different chessboards. So he's playing with those 5 grandmasters. Garry Kasparov, who was world's number one, won with 4 of the chess players, and he lost to one person in the one among the 5. And who was this person? This person was none other than Natan Sharansky. Of course, he was not a grandmaster, but he somehow managed to get into that, and he defeated Garry Kasparov in this chess tournament. Now, all the entire press was shocked. Who are you? How did you do this? That's when Natan Sharansky says, it was quite obvious. I have been playing with him for the last 12 years, and I have defeated him 7 times. He shrugs his shoulders like this. Now, this is the power of the mind. Why I'm saying this is, see, we may do hours and hours of exercise, but if you don't connect it to your mind, you will not get the optimum result. You may get good muscles, you may get a good health, fine. But if you want to make it vibrant and go to the next level, if you want to cure some diseases which are there, at that point, you have to use your mind and visualization. As I gave the reasons of the ads, toothpaste and hair oil, you have to make that kind of illustrations in your mind. Now, these muscles which are weak are getting strong. They're getting well connected. Blood supply is increasing and it is becoming more and more strong. And you should visualize, earlier I was not able to do this. I was not able to bend. Now I'm able to bend. Or my BP was say high. Now the count is slowly coming down. Likewise, you have to work with your mind. It does wonders. Okay. So I have given enough of foundation and briefing to show the importance of mind. And you all please make use of this. Don't ever, when you're doing this exercise, allow your mind to wander away. Be focused on that part of the body and keep going down and keep doing the exercises. And I tell you, after 3-4 months, when you have perfected this exercise, you can do with almost your eyes gently closed in a state of meditation. This 45 minutes to 1 hour will be your perfect meditation, which will enhance not only your health, but even your concentration and focus in life. It will make you altogether a very different person. Now it is in your hands how you're going to take what all I have told you and how you're going to implement and how you're going to make the best use of it. So I wish you all the best in this process and please continue. Maybe your mind goes somewhere, bring it back and go somewhere, bring it back, work on it and go to higher and higher levels. Okay, now we start with the head first. Dhriti Shakti Vikasaka, head back and fast breathing. Equal breaths in and out, very shallow and fast breaths, rapid breaths. Now, head looking straight, focus on the crown, the Sahasrara chakra, and repeat the exercise. Enhancement in your willpower. In your memory. Smarana Shakti Vikasaka. Initially, the breaths can be shallow, but see that you go deeper and deeper. Now, Medha Shakti on the forefront of your brain. Try to touch your chin to your chest and do this exercise. You should say, earlier I was not able to solve these problems. Now I'm able to solve with this exercise. And visualize all the neurons and the brain connections getting better. And with the position of your memory, position of your the place of willpower in your brain, all that is now getting lit up. And actually it happens when you connect your breath to that portion, you visualized. Okay. Now, we come to the next, Netra Shakti Vikasana. Let's look left and right. Slowly and gently. All the exercises have to be done gently and slowly. Even if you're not able to do all the exercises, it doesn't matter. Whatever you can do, you start. And you will see for yourself that you will be able to master them over a period of time. All the exercises. Up and down. This is out of experience I'm talking, where people were not able to stand properly and walk properly. Now they are doing all the exercises. In about 1 to 2 years time, they have grown and now they're even attempting Surya Namaskars. Mother Nature, Prakriti is extremely kind. You just need to ask her. Now crossways. The other side. Now look at your right and your left shoulder, keeping your head straight, your body straight, feet together, hips on your thighs. You're making your eyes strong, the entire optical muscular nervous system is getting enriched. Your eyes are getting brighter and more powerful. Now, let's look at a distant object and at your finger. Focus on the details of your finger and the object ahead. If there is a little change in the sequence, don't bother. As you keep doing, if you forget, you can go back to that. The sequence is maintained only to ensure that you don't forget any exercises. Now let's do the rotation clockwise, anti-clockwise. Okay, now the last one, you have to roll both your eyeballs up and focus on the tip of your index finger. Place your index finger in such a way that you can no more roll your eyeballs up. Stare without blinking as much as you can. a very powerful exercise. In fact, this particular exercise is extremely great for in terms of meditation, concentration, focus. It activates the Agnya Chakra. Now let's massage our eyes by blinking, rigorous blinking, fast blinking. This is recommended to be done during the day. Anytime you feel your eyes are tired or you want more freshness in your eyes, you can do this. Just blink. Okay. Now we are done with our eyes. We come to next is the face and the cheeks. Okay. See here, you're forming a pot. This way. If you can't, you can just suck it this way. Okay. Push all the air into your face as much as you can. Hold. When you're in a hold position, it starts the velocity of the burning of fat increases. So the what you call as in terms of the nice chiseling of your face happens with this exercise, and also your skin starts getting brighter, oxygenated. In the olden days, they didn't have any health checkups. So, as per the Ayurveda and Shastra, there are 8 factors which decide the strength, the indication of your good health. And one among them is good skin. So, in this whole process of exercise, your skin starts getting better. Your body straight, back straight. Now we come to the, we'll first massage, we'll cheer up all the soldiers, the first regiment for our immunity strength, up and down. Forward, backward. Keep pulling your ears. Now place your palm on your ears and do the same exercises up and down. Forward, backward. Now rotate. Clockwise, anti-clockwise. Yeah. Okay. Now we do the Karna Shakti Vikasaka. With your thumb, you plug in and you know the rest. Let's start. Yes. Now we go to the neck, the Griva Shakti Vikasana. Right and left. Slowly and gently. Now to know all the benefits and the number of counts and many more details, you can go to the PDF file where you have a note on each and every exercise in detail, and also a link to the YouTube, which takes you directly to that particular exercise which you are reading about, and it will clarify your doubts. During the day, keep seeing the PDF file and the videos so that when you are doing these exercises, you'll be able to understand and focus better. Now, sideways. Now let's rotate. Visualize your neck is getting stronger. All the fat is getting burnt. Now with a good neck, you will see an enhanced value for all your jewelry. With a good neck, the jewelry, the earlier jewelry, that looks more beautiful than what it is. You'll experience yourself. Yes, now, last one. Breathe in, push your neck out, hold for some time and come back. And release with a core sound. Very good. Okay. Now, Skanda Tata Bahu, the next segment. Breathe in. We'll go before that, we have to do the pumping. Thumb in, fist closed. Now the 2nd Battalion Regiment is here. Your defense soldiers, we are cheering them up. We are giving them all the food supplies. We are cleaning the entire place. We're cheering them medical facilities, making them stronger. Reverse. Deep, breathe as deep as you can. Now, full arm rotation. As I told you, those who cannot do the full arm, you can start with one arm, make that arm flexible, and then go to both arms together. Breathe in, hold, and rotate, and punch. Breathe out. Now you do the reverse. Sideways. Forward. Now, after increasing value for your jewelry, now these exercises are going to increase value for your outfits. Yeah. Now back. Okay. Now we do the breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Ensure your hands come, your elbows are to your sides, parallel to each other, and at your shoulder level. Okay, let's do that. Now for your arms, breathe in, hold, and create that resistance and come up. Virtual weightlifting. You can hold as much as you can. The more you hold, the more will be the strengthening of your muscles, tissues, and increase in blood supply. Remember, out of the 360 joints in your body, about 70 are in your hands and 76 are in your legs. So highly prone for arthritis, this particular region. So which means almost 286 out of 360. So arthritis strikes only in this portion. So by doing all these exercises, you're free from arthritis. Okay, now you are doing this second variant, palm open, fingers together. Third variant, fingers apart. Stretch them as much as you can. The more you stretch, your skin, which normally wrinkles on your palm, that will not be there. Okay. So this will not only give you a fine shine on your skin, but it will be free of wrinkles, and it will also have a very beautiful appearance. Not the showered appearance, which normally is the case with the ones who don't take care of the skin. Okay, now we come to the fist. This is thumb in, fingers closed, first variant. Up and down, sideways. Palm open, fingers together. Hands parallel to each other and to the ground at shoulder level, sideways. Try to give that play. Increasing your perceptory and reflex senses. Focus on the tip of each and every finger one by one. Next, sideways. Keep your eyes gently closed and concentrate. It improves your concentration and focus as well. Now you're strengthening your fingers again. Out of the 70, 60 are in this portion. Imagine joints. Sideways. Very good. And now normalize your breath. You worked hard. See, for some you may experience a real feel-good factor in about a week's time, some in 10 days, some in 15 days. But I'm sure whatever be your level of deterioration in your body and mind, with 1 month of continuous and dedicated Sukshma Vyayam, you will be a different person altogether. Yeah. Now, Vakshasthala. We expand our chest, invoke, breathe in all the cosmic energy. Invoke again the blessings of Mother Nature and the cosmos. Breathe in, expand your chest, and go back. Breathe out and come back. Come forward. Now you have to roll back your shoulders and with your fingers moving towards your calf muscles. Slowly and gently. Try to form an arch on your back. You can slightly bend your knees, but don't allow them to cross the toes. Excellent. Now we do the hardcore pranayam. Feet together, hands on your thighs, neck back. Focus more on the breathe out with force. And as you come, as you're breathed out, you're breathing in also. When you're breathing in, try to ensure that that breath is going till the bottom of your abdomen and there is a slight bulge in your abdomen. Then again push from the bottom of your abdomen and move forward. This puts all the 5 pranas into place. It activates the liver, the pancreas. It does a good lot of benefits. Okay. 10 to 20 times. Whoever is feeling giddy, please do normal breathing at that point. Take some rest and then again restart. Keep pulling your hands down, don't let them loose. Now, standing straight, that is looking straight. The next variant, repeat. Breathe out from the bottom of your abdomen. Visualize all the 5 pranas are getting activated. Prana, apana, vyana, udana, samana. Your digestion is improving. Supply of nutrients to various parts of your body is improving. Your excretory evacuation process of all the waste, the toxins from your body is also going to another higher efficient level. And your intake of oxygen and flush out of carbon dioxide is also improving. Now, tilt your head as though you're looking 5 feet forward and repeat. Eyes gently closed, back straight. Now, understand, this is generating a lot of saliva in your mouth. And as I told you, saliva not only helps in digestion, but it has about 22 proteins. And one of the most important protein is the nerve growth factor in this. Now, what does this nerve growth factor do? It helps in maintaining the neurons in the brain. There are about 100 billion neurons in the brain. Now, this particular saliva, which is created at this point, it enhances the nerves, the nerve growth factors in strengthening the nerves, building the nerves, and proliferating, which means expanding, bringing more nerves. So what they found was people who were suffering from Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, dementia, in them, the nerve growth factor was less. So all the brain related diseases happen because there is a reduction in the nerve growth factor. And this particular pranayam, what Vyayam we are doing, yogic breathing, it helps in increasing the nerve growth factors. Yeah, so this has got that importance. So visualize now. You know that the saliva is going to improve my neurons. And I told you yesterday how neurons make a pathway, neural pathway, I said, to whichever part of the body, if there is a problem, if there is a direct connect. It is like you have your special flyover from your house to wherever you want to go. All the important places you don't have to go in traffic. That single flyover only for you. That way, any portion of the body has a problem, neural pathway, and you will see that everything is connected to that portion of the body to make it strong and bring it back to normal. Okay, yeah. Now, we'll do Shitali. Breathe out from your nose and slowly come up. Now, the fourth and the fifth variant, you have to push your hip out from the bottom of the spine, you're bending. Otherwise, what happens is your spine will be bending. Okay. So push it out and come forward this way. At an angle of 60 degrees, even 45 is also fine. Your hands, your fingers, your thumb is basically facing the ground, and repeat. Keep your eyes gently closed. Breathe from the bottom of your abdomen and keep pushing your knees back. Don't allow them to come forward. Push them back. Now, we go to the next exercise, which is the fifth variant. Go to 90 degrees, form a perfect tabletop. Expand your chest, neck up, eyes gently closed. And you keep pushing the knees back. Yes. Sheetali again. Okay, now we come to the Udara Shakti, the abdominal. So here, let's prepare. Let's breathe in air and push the abdomen out, and breathe out and push the abdomen in. We're basically trying to make it a little flexible by this process so that it prepares for the effective exercises on the abdomen. Okay. Now, your abdomen is definitely much more flexible than what it was because you have pushed it to the limits. Now, let's do the palpitation standing straight. Breathe out, hold, and in that process, palpitate. And when you have palpitated enough, then breathe in and repeat. $60. 90. 1. Now, sideways. Keep a smile on your face. Forward rotation. Reverse. Breathe out, hold, and start your exercise. Okay. Now we do the second important bandh. First one is Jalandhar bandh, the chin lock. Now we are going to do the Uddiyana bandh. Okay, where you're in this position, you're pushing your entire abdomen in, breathing out, holding in that position. You're pulling your abdomen in. So this is also known as the Ajagara. Ajagara bandh is the python bandh. As the python creates a vacuum, you're also creating a vacuum so that all the internal parts, they get a nice jerk and they're ready to perform better. Okay. Breathe out, hold, and pull. See the advantages of all these 5 variants, what we did. An aged person looks much lower than his age, meaning like a youth. It reduces the wrinkles on your face, gives a shine, a glow on your entire skin of the body. Now the entire skin of the body is about 22 square feet. That is the spread of your skin. So that 22 square feet of your skin gets enriched with these breathing and systematic yogic exercises. Then it reduces to a certain extent the belly fat. It keeps you calm and stress-free. Now what more you want? Better digestion. So that is a decreased intake because of better digestion, and automatically weight control is in place. I'll show you one of the students who talks about weight control. When you see the video, you will be able to understand how effective it is. Let's do it once again. Breathe out, hold, and pull your abdomen in. You're pulling from the navel. Okay. So that is the Manipura Chakra. We're activating the Manipura chakra also there. Okay. Now, let me tell you some more important facts about this chakra. In the next exercises, we are going to take care of the Mooladhara chakra and the Swadhisthana chakra. Mooladhara comes around the rectum, the anus, when we are doing the anus pull. And then you also have this Swadhisthana chakra, which is around your genitals, and Manipura, which is around your navel. Now, Manipura, it is basically a chakra of fire, as we call it. And this particular chakra, due to some kind of a shame in life, it may be you must have done something which is shameful, or somebody else in your family, close and near and dear ones, or in your workplace, somebody in your team, which causes a kind of shame. Now, what you have to think is, when you're doing this exercise, you have to say, now I'm letting that shame go out. You have to accept the situation. It was beyond my control and I have to accept it. Now, why I'm saying this is the enormous power which is there in, which starts from the Manipura chakra. It has to cross Manipura, Swadhisthana, and Mooladhara, Swadhisthana, and Manipura. Once it crosses these three chakras, then the energy will come to the higher levels, which make you more intellectual, more knowledgeable, and you will be able to materialistically, even emotionally and spiritually, will start growing. Now, we will learn in the next two. Before I start, I'll explain to you. When we are doing the next is, let's say, we do the Kati chakra, the trunk. In that situation, your Swadhisthana chakra, which is around your genitals, that gets activated. Now, that is a chakra for water. Now, there it is blocked by guilt. As Manipura is blocked by shame, this is blocked by guilt. Something which is you're guilty about, you have to forgive yourself. If you have done something wrong and you're guilty, forgive. Knowingly, unknowingly, I have done something wrong. There are various techniques where you can forgive yourself, forgive others, and make yourself light in life. And for that, there are Kshamapana Aparadha Stotra. They say Shiva Kshamapana Aparadha Stotra. Shiva Aparadha Kshamapana Stotra. So by reading this, listening to that, you are taking away the guilt from your body. Now, when we do the groin exercise, you are pulling the rectum. That is the Mooladhara chakra. You are activating that. Now, there, that is an indication of earth, where there is, what is blocking is the fear. Now, as I told you, fear is something which always keeps you anxious and tense and worried. So we will be doing the exercises to come out of that fear factor, and that will help you a lot. Once you are not fearful, you're not anxious, you're not tensed in life, 80% of your diseases will go, because this, you can go onto the net and see, 70 to 80% of the diseases in every person is due to psychosomatic, meaning that they are formed in the mind. Again, I'm talking about the mind. So what is psychosomatic? There is no disease, but the mind which is worrying, even though there is no disease, it has caused a disease in you. Now, when such things happen, and what are they? It could be migraine, headache, stomach ache, backache, sleeping disorders, digestive problems, all these, and gastrointestinal problems, all these are caused just by that psychosomatic, where there is nothing, because of that fear, guilt, and shame factors which affect you. These cause the diseases. Now they start taking medicines to cure that problem. Then the medicines have some more side effects, and you're opening yourself to get into total destruction. So focus on these exercises and drive away all that fear. 80% of your problems will go away. Okay. Now we are going to let's do the trunk. Breathe out and go back. Breathe in and come forward. Now we'll prepare for focusing on the pancreas. This is the exercise which is preparatory. Just bend sideways. Keep bending. Very simple. Okay. Now interlock your fingers, palm facing the sky. Raise your upper body, hands next to your ears, and turn only sideways, not backwards or forwards, only sideways. Feel the nice pull on the pancreas, which is behind your abdomen. It is behind this portion. Okay. So that pull, as I told, when you come down, stretch your arm, you'll get that pull. Okay. Breathe out and come down. Now stretch your arms, both the arms, especially the one which is below, and feel the pull on your pancreas. Now this pancreas mainly takes care of the insulin production in your body. So that very well says that it is an antidote for diabetes. And it's also important for various important hormones in your body and metabolism in your body. Now, if somebody is overweight, underweight, the thyroid and this pancreas take care of these aspects. Okay. Now with that, now we move forward and backward. You're strengthening your spine. You're strengthening your waist. Now let's rotate clockwise, anti-clockwise. Okay. Now we are going to give a nice jerk to your back. So at any point of time you slip or you fall down, you will not have any problem because you've already strengthened the back to a great extent. Okay. Now breathe in, invoke all the positive energy here and push your palm backwards this way. Now the palm is facing the sky. Here also it is facing the sky. Invert your hands. And when you go back with a jerk, think of one negative emotion you have and throw it out. Now you can work on this guilt, shame, fear, whatever is there. Throw it out. I don't have it anymore. How to enhance, get away with fear? I'll be showing an exercise for that. Likewise, mentally you do this. Excellent. Now you have given a nice jerk to your waist. Now let's massage it. Just keep rotating your back and your waist. You can do a clockwise and an anti-clockwise. You're also working on your hip bones, all the joints in your upper thigh. Okay. Now we are done with our trunk. We come to the lower pelvic region, which is the groin exercises. Now this is basically known as the Swadhisthana chakra enhancement. Now, as I told you, groin is where your genitals are. So there you have the Swadhisthana chakra. Keep your feet together. If you're initially not able to keep together, keep it 4 inches apart, but try to keep them together with a jerk where you breathe in, hold, and you pull. Keep pulling. To make more room, you keep raising your chest. It has got nothing to do with your breathing, only to ensure that you're able to pull better. Once again. Keep a smile on your face. Yes. Again. Now this is you're enhancing the Swadhisthana. And when you're pulling from the rectum, you're also enhancing the groin. There. You have the Mooladhara Bandh also when you're doing this. From your rectum, anus, you come to your groin. Make it hard like a stone. This takes care of your constipation, piles, fistula, urinary tract disorders, fissures, fibroids, your monthly cycles, erectile dysfunction, premature ejaculation, all these simple exercise. And it activates your Swadhisthana and Mooladhara chakra, driving away fear and guilt. Now 4 inches apart. Now 10 inches apart and repeat. Solves the problem of frequent urination. Okay, wonderful. Very good. So we are done with our groin. Now we come, oh my God, I didn't see the time. We have to do our legs now. Organizers, what do? I briefly talk about the legs today and then we go into practicals tomorrow.
Another 10 minutes, you can complete legs, sir. Tomorrow we can complete all the exercises.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Yeah. Thank you. So now we come to, as you have seen, we cross the abdomen, we cross the groin, and now we are coming to our legs. Legs, as you all know, is a very important faculty in our body. Without strong legs, there is no mobility, there is no agility. You become a sick person in one place. There are more and more problems being stagnant, and that decreases the quality of your life to a great extent. So now let's look forward to have a good pair of legs. Okay. I must tell you my own story. As I told you, when I was running, there was a speed breaker and I almost jumped to fall down. And that time my right knee, there was a big damage. Looking at my age, this was about 5 years back. Looking at my age, they told me, you have arthritis. And then they prescribed a lot of medicines and various other tests and all that. And it came to a stage where they said, we may have to even go for a knee surgery. But I was not buying this idea. So I started studying the anatomy of the legs. Then I spoke to several experts who are physiotherapists and understood how and what manner the leg is designed and how we can improve the strength. Now there, I got to study and eventually now my legs are absolutely normal. In fact, they're much better than what they were about 10 or even 15 years ago. So that is only because I put some extra focus on the legs where it was damaged. And so I can assure you, my personal experience, with all the exercise what I'm going to show you, you will definitely see a great strength in your legs. Knee pain and all other pains of your legs will all go away. Now for that, let's understand how the leg is constructed. You have the upper leg and then the lower leg. So let's say the junction is the knee. So on your upper leg, you have the quadriceps, and at the back you have the hamstrings, and then you also have in between the knee. Now knee is just a joint to connect both these. What you should understand is there are fine ligaments in the knee, and there is also fluid in the knee. The cracking sound and various other discomfort what you get in the knee is not directly because of the knees, but because of the weakening of your upper legs, which means your quadriceps and your hamstrings. So we will be doing all those exercises which are going to strengthen your hamstrings and your quadriceps. With that, there will be a support to the knee and it will automatically make it strong. There are also specific knee exercises which enhance the strength, that is the cushioning of the growth of the ligaments, which will give a fine cushion to the knee. So with that, the cracking sound and discomfort in the knee will disappear. Now, if you look at the lower leg, you have again various anterior, lateral, and deep posterior and super posterior. Okay, that is one part. What you have to focus mainly is there is one portion known as tibia over here. This tibia also causes a lot of discomfort to us. And the only exercise for that is when you push your knee back. So I have showed you that. I will show you two more exercises how to take care of this tibia, because that is one of the central thing which causes pain in the knee. I will show you another two exercises. Now push the knee backward, which we never do in the entire day. So that is the reason this tibia is weak. Then you have patella and various other things. So here, having known these parts of the legs, what we need to understand is any pain in the leg is not only for the reason because of some issue in the leg. You'll be surprised. I'll give you about 6 reasons why a leg pain could happen. Any kind of pain in the leg. Spinal nerve compression they talk about, which is if you have any compressed nerves in your lumbar region and in your spine, that could be one of the reasons for your leg pains. And then spinal cord, in the entire cord, if there is for some reason or the other, if there is any compression, then that creates narrowing of spinal cord in the leg. It also creates problem in your knees. Then you have the blood vessel conditions, because narrowing of the spine, that causes leg pains. Then you have these blocked arteries and veins in the leg because of the spinal cord. Now that again, decreased blood supply creates a problem. And then if you have any pelvic and hip conditions or any problems in the joints, that also causes pain in your legs. Now one more important thing is they call about systemic conditions. That is where your endocrine, meaning all the 8 glands what I told, if there is a disorder in these 8 glands, and because of which there is a metabolic disorder, there is going to be pain and numbness in your legs. Now you ask, why there is numbness? I sit down for 10 minutes and my legs start getting numb. It is nothing to do with the legs. It is because your glands are not functioning properly. If there are any tumors and cysts in your lower back or in your pelvis or in your legs, sorry, that compresses your blood vessels and your nerves, and it causes pain. So this way, for the legs, there are various reasons. And now you have seen we have worked on all the entire portion of the body. So none of the reasons which I mentioned now is going to affect you. And on top of it, we are strengthening our legs. So you're going to have great legs in future. Let's do these exercises. Okay. First one, we start the exercises. Mooladhara Shakti Vikasaka. The name itself is after the chakra, Mooladhara, where we are now with this, we are fighting against the fear factor. You're doing nothing here, very simple. You're kicking your back. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Got it? Just kick your back. So the Mooladhara chakra gets activated with this. So the energy which is here now slowly starts rising. Now this is the first exercise. Second is, you lift one leg. You can always, in this entire portion, wherever you want, you can take support. If some you cannot do, if you want to sit and do also, you can do, like for example, kicking, bending. You can do at your own comfort, but keep doing something and you will finally reach this position. You can hold, take support and do. What you do? You take the leg this way. Okay. Next to the both knees together, and then bring it this way and lift and reverse. Stand in this position and pull. Okay. Whatever amount you can do, please do that way. You have to be a better you. Don't look at others. You have to be better than what you were yesterday, last week, last month. Pull. Now, here, when you are finally pull and come back. Now the pulling is like as an auto fellow is to start, he pulls. In the same way, this leg, you're pulling You're giving a jerk and coming down. Okay. Now, the next exercise here is you are going to now kick. For that, what you're doing, you're keeping this leg straight. One leg straight. You're pushing the knee down. Push the knee down and kick. Push the knee down and with the other leg, kick. Same way, the other leg. I'll go a little fast today to cover the entire process. Yes. Okay. Now next one is, now raise your legs straight. Here there is no bending of knees. Just raise straight. The march past, the soldiers, policemen march past. Raise straight. Okay. Now we are going to do Veerasana. As the very word Veerasana, you have said that Veer is that courage. This will drive away the fear in your life. Now in this position, special hormones to make you fearless or give you that courage are produced. So mentally visualize those hormones being created in your body. What you have to do? Leg is visible? Yes. Now horizontal. And the other leg is straight. And you're coming down like this. Now you're the frontline warriors where you have the shield. The first line, the army is coming. You are with that shield and you're going to face that army which is attacking you. You need tremendous amount of courage. So that is the reason this is known as Veerasana. Now look forward and keep telling yourself, I can, I will. Close your eyes. I can and I will. I'm not going to bog down. I'm not going to accept defeat. I'm going to fight with fearlessness, with a smile on my face, and with a lot of poise in my mind. In this way, you have to encourage this Veeratva in you. Now the other leg, I'll show you this way. One is horizontal, one is straight. Bend down as much as you can, and in that position, you have to tell your mind, I am going to be stronger with courage. Now, next one is Chandrasana. Straight, one leg forward, and slowly come down with the other knee trying to touch the ground but not touching. And raise your hands. Keep pulling your hands up, your shoulder up, and pray to the Lord. A very excellent position to pray. Pray to the Lord, offer your gratitude, offer your self to the Lord. The other leg, I'll show sideways. Now your knee is almost touching, but not touching. Up. Yes. Okay, now quickly, you go to the lunges. Now the legs are in a diagonal position. As far as possible, keep your back straight. Now go down, slowly go down. Here you can take the support of a wall. And how much ever you can go down, please go down. Not that you have to come down this level, but this is the right level. Up and down. 6, 8, 10. People who are interested in burning calories and getting more muscles, you can do 10, 15, 20, 40, 50, any number. Yes. Now, parallel to each other, you go down. Ensure principle, knees not crossing the toes. Up and down. Now here, you're holding your left hand and your right ear, right hand and left ear. Massaging these ear lobes at the bottom, you are doing this exercise, and this is also known as a super brain exercise. To enhance to take your brain to a next level, this is a wonderful exercise. 4, 6, 8, 10, how much ever you can. More of this also reduces fat on your abdomen, just to bear in mind. Yeah. Now, you have to do up and down. When you come back, when you come down, take your legs up, meaning you're standing on your toes, sorry, on your heels. Then with your legs up, meaning your heels up, you count up to 100 and stand in this position, up to 100. Initially, you may do 10, 20, 30. It will slowly go up. Count fast, no problem. As fast as you can and try to achieve 100. Raise your upper body. And then again to improve your body balance. Sideways, forwards, backward. Kick. Then again the next leg. Yeah. When you are in this position, after you've got this right, you can then raise your heels, that's it. And forward, backward. Okay. Now another important exercise which I told you is you can sit down. Am I visible? Yeah. Okay. Now here you have this foot. Okay. Take it towards you. Push your knee down and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release. Then again, push your knee down and palm, your toes coming towards you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And release. Initially, if you can do 4 or 6, fine. Increase the count, release. And again, bring your toes towards you. Keep your back straight once again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A very specific exercise for your knees. After you have done that, take a towel like this, roll it up, and place it below your knee. Now, again lift your leg. Push your knee down. You're giving more play over here. The same exercise, you're giving more play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Down. Once again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right. Now, in fact, this particular exercise, you should do at least twice or thrice a day. You will see enough strength in your knees and in your legs. And then the other exercise, whatever you can keep focusing on that. Okay, now we come to the rotation of your foot, clockwise, anti-clockwise, and you can bring it in this level, clockwise, anti-clockwise. Tap, then same, clockwise, anti-clockwise. And what you do now when you do up and down like this, do about 4 times, 8 times, 12 times, 16 times, up and down. If you have any problem in the foot, in terms of your pain in the foot, that will be taken care by just doing the simple exercise of up and down. Your calf muscles have to be strong. And another important aspect is, like as heart is to the, it facilitates the blood supply in the entire body, the lymphatic fluid, which is running through from the head to the toe 24 hours, that doesn't have a pump as the heart has. So this pumping of the calf muscles, it works as a heart for the lymphatic fluid movement in the body, which means if you want your immunity for 24 hours to be in order, as we did several exercises, this one exercise, the master exercise for building your immunity, just this, increase your cough, pull your cough up. That is like a pump for the lymphatic fluid. Okay. Now we'll end. We do the last acupressure exercise where you have all the pressure points on your point, which are for the various parts of your body. We do that acupressure for 2 minutes. First clap. Then this way, keep hitting. About 10-15 seconds, change. Other hand. Now, interlock. Now, hit this way. Clockwise, anti-clockwise on your palm. Reverse, anti-clockwise. Now punch. You are exercising the entire parts of the body, clockwise, anti-clockwise. Now the other palm, clockwise, anti-clockwise. Hit. Reverse. Reverse. Now rub your wrist. Just rubbing your wrist. Very simple but very effective. Okay. Now we are done with this. The last one is Namaskar. Thank you, everybody. Hari Om. See you all tomorrow. Whoever can do this, please do this. Yes. Okay. Thank you. I think I've taken a little more time. Sorry. Yeah. And tomorrow we'll start at one go. All the explanation has been done today. We'll go tomorrow at one go. Over to you, organizers.
Prayer.
Yes, sorry. Yeah, I'll finish that. I'll give a thought for the day. Lord Buddha says, if you want to fly high, give up all that weighs you down. Unquote. In life, we have so many things, as we spoke about fear, anxiety, worry, all this, unless and until you give that up, you cannot rise in life. So if you want to fly high, give up all that weighs in your life. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. May this Sukshma Vyayam Saral Yoga bring a lot of positivity in your self, robust health, prosperity, and peace in your life. I thank the organizers immensely for forming a bridge between both of us. And I thank you participants for being so dedicated and so devoted in learning something which is the foremost in your life. I congratulate you all for ending this 5-day session, because just starting is no important. Ending is extremely important. You all have had the willpower and the zeal to be there till the last day. I congratulate you all heartily, and I wish you all the best in terms of health and other parameters in your life. Thank you very much. Over to the organizers.
Thanks, Guruji. Though it was a lengthy session, I am sure each of them have benefited from out of what you have thought, what you have said about each of the exercises that you are teaching us, Guruji. Thanks a lot. Thanks for participating. And we have the session for tomorrow as well. So please attend. The link will be shared in some time. Thanks once again, Guruji.